Makenzie Blake, and I'll be reporting the rally on going back to school today. What is your personal opinions on this rally?
I feel that it's important that students and parents voice their concerns about the current situation with e-learning, remote learning, whatever you want to call it, and that we are heard and that the board knows that we are looking for answers.
Second question, what is your personal experience with your students at home?
Well, I have a 10-year-old daughter who's in 5th grade, and she's very motivated and independent. However, she's missing the social aspect of school, as well as she doesn't feel engaged with the current e-learning process, and there's a lot of frustration. So hearing those concerns from her, of course, is something that no parent wants to hear, and we don't feel like that we're getting the level of education that is expected from a district of this caliber, frankly.
This lovely lady here organized this rally today. Can you tell us more about that?
We're just really here to talk about bringing awareness to our board and our superintendent and our district about the fact that we're frustrated as parents that our students are still not yet back in school full-time in any type of capacity or back in school in a remote capacity. And we want to get some answers on why there hasn't been transparency from the district.
I think the frustration that I have heard from a lot of parents right now is that there has been a lack of transparency with our district on what's actually going on. We were told in July, after IDPH and after ISBE had published their recommendations, and those, by the way, are recommendations and guidelines. They're not rules, they're not laws, they're guidelines. Our board members, who 6 of the 7 were elected by you, if you chose to go and vote in the election, 6 of those people were put into that position by us, by the taxpayers, by the constituents, by the parents, by the staff that live here. They have not bothered to come out in any way whatsoever and talk about why the decision was made. And how dare one person make a decision for all of these families that live out here and all of these children? And shame on our board that were elected into this position that decided that they would wash their hands of this and not stand up for these parents and these children who were elected into that position by us. That's a travesty that has happened out here. And that's what we actually need to go in there, is to convince the board that they need to take control of the situation. The superintendent works for the board. The board represents us. This is turned around, and what has happened now is our superintendent is dictating to the board the protocols that he feels.
It is a major invasion of privacy into our homes for all of these kids to have Zoom, witnessing everything. None of us signed HIPAA, and all of the stuff. You guys are watching everything that's happening in our house. That is an invasion of our privacy. No one allows cameras in your school for us to watch our kids all day long while they're at school. You don't get that same ability in our homes. The other things are, she is regressing. I might have to hold her back because she's not allowed to be there and get what she's supposed to get. You've hijacked my life from 7:30 to 2:30 every day. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but this isn't what my life is supposed to be. I'm not a teacher, I'm not a special ed teacher, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a lunch lady, I'm not maintenance, I'm not IT, and now I'm doing all of it. All were elected and work for us. It is not the other way around. We don't answer to you guys. You answer to us, and it's time that somebody actually starts giving us answers.
We're just very frustrated right now with the lack of transparency that our district has given to us in regards to our children returning back to school in person. This hasn't become a matter of risk versus reward. We really feel this is a risk right now. This is right versus wrong. We're very disappointed that there's very little metrics that have been provided out there in the district. If I look on our website, there's no metrics that are provided for what it is that we need to get back to school. And yet I can look at a neighboring school like Palatine that has a very good dashboard. I can look at a school down in Prosper, Texas that's very similar to us in demographics, and they have a huge dashboard of metrics on people that have COVID, students that have COVID, what the recovery rate looks like. We need that information so that we as parents can be able to support our district the right way. These are very ambiguous terms that the district has used. They clarifying questions with McHenry County, that there's a high likelihood of forced closures, that we were weighing possible outcomes and best case outcomes, that the risks simply don't outweigh the benefits, that there were guidance that was conflicted and didn't clarify, that our public agencies don't have a full understanding, that the option didn't sufficiently reduce in-building population, that there were challenges in implementing the guidances that they understood it. And yet, none of those ambiguous terms aren't defined anywhere. When I asked, what are the metrics that you need for us to be able to get back to school, we're not given those metrics. When I asked, what is the data that needs to be supplied to parents and staff and community members to get our kids back into school, that's not given to us. We've asked our union, what can be done to be able to get us back into school? And the response from the union is, we don't feel it's safe and there needs to be proper precautions. Define safe. Define what those proper precautions are. And yet, no information is given back to the families. We were told that the school spent $300,000 this summer on PPE and cleaning equipment. So how much actually has to be spent? What else do you need from us in order to get our kids back into the school? You were given money as part of the CARES Act. That's additional money that went out to the district that should be able to be afforded to be able to clean these buildings and keep them safe for our students and staff. We don't feel that it's the teachers that are at fault here. They're following direction from someone else. We have good teachers in this district. We have very good staff. We are going to lose those people to other districts if we don't get back to school. And unfortunately, what you don't see is a cascading effect that this decision for us not to be back in school is going to cause to this community. This is an excellent school district. I'm proud to be part of 158. We moved here and paid the taxes because we have a wonderful district with good teachers and good administrators. And yet, what you don't realize is that people are going to move. If I can go to Winnebago County and go to school there, where their rate is 6.7% and McHenry County is 2.1%, and my kids can be in school full-time there, then you are going to start losing people to other areas outside of McHenry County and outside of Huntley. And that's going to be a cascading effect, unfortunately, on your businesses, because your businesses are going to lose money.
You need to wrap it up.
We are just very worried about the longevity of our district. We don't want to see this district fall behind. We should be leaders right now. District 158 has been in the news for all of the wonderful things that we do. Let's lead McHenry County. We're the largest district here in McHenry County. Let's show that we're leaders.